People judge you, I learned. People question you, I learned. I see that when I mediate today. The very first few minutes I spent with my parties, with the attorneys involved, I had to kind of tell them who I am. And sometimes I get this very first judgment. Can this guy speak English? Can this guy be a danger? Trust me, when you enter a plane full of people wearing a turban, that's when you realize it. That you have a look that's distinct. Now, hold on, that's all it is, right? Look. You have a look that's distinct, but it hits people hard. I was in a Minnesota State Fair at one time and a young woman comes up to me and says, "Are you connected to this famous terrorist?" And this was not the proudest day of my life because I went back to her and I said, "No, I'm not. And this fair would not be the same if I was." I'm embarrassed what I told her. And I want to be vulnerable with you to tell you that it took me years to figure out how to tackle such an emotional statement. When somebody comes up to you and rips your life apart in one statement, you don't go back to them and you tell them you're wrong. You don't tell them shut up. You don't tell them if I was, you'll be dead. You don't say any of those. You don't even walk away. You don't have to be just only mad. You can be polite. You can come to a space, you can come to a place, you can come to a mental state where you can look at them and you can think, they do not know me and it's okay. And you can forgive them at that moment, at that very precise moment and say, I'm sorry you have that impression. I am not. I'm just a family man. I'm a mediator. I'm trying to make my living. It happens to those of us, my Jewish brothers and sisters, my Muslim sisters, African American friends, my Asian friends. It happens to all of us. How our looks play a role on us. It's happening to white men and women now, right? They have become a target. It's happening to each one of us in their own ways. So in some ways, I'm representing all of you through that story. One time in my law school, I had a very difficult presentation. I spoke in front of a large group of students and many of them in the back row started laughing when I stuttered heavily. But I observed there were few students, my classmates, my friends who were sitting in the front or second row who did not laugh, who looked at me with courage. And a couple of them came to me afterwards, Rajkumar, if you're listening to me, and said to me, you've got a good point. They build strength in me. I want to tell you something. I want you to believe in those people. When you are in a well, in a dark well, looking for hope, you don't need 100 people, my friends. You don't need 200 hands. You need only one hand. Or you need a rope held by 2 hands. That's all you need. It helped me to come out. That friend built me up. When I told my father what happened, again, quote unquote, he said, don't worry, you'll get there. Whether it was turban, whether it was stuttering, my father was there. And my mother's care resonated deeply in my ears. He said, I know how strong you are. You'll be just fine. He had this wonderful way of uplifting you. He would lift you up like a medical doctor. In fact, I know he has helped people come out of depression. I've seen him do that to some of his clients or so. And he had this magic of pulling people out. I'm just fortunate to have a family. I hope you have a family that cares for you too. And if you don't, I hope you have a friend circle that helps you the way I got helped. With this understanding from 2 identities I have, the identity of a Sikh and a stutterer, I came to this one word that I want to share with you. And the word is power of understanding or understanding. Besides observation that I brought earlier, I want you to think about understanding. For example, friends, what pushed me is to look inside. These challenges made me think why people laugh, why I stutter, what makes me different or difficult or unique, and how can I accommodate my identity into my faith, into the life of India, into the life of America, that I can live peacefully. And you know what I came up with? I came up with this answer, and the answer is I just have to create unique understanding. Understanding that people are different. Understanding that people may see me differently because they don't know who I am. Now, I don't question people. If somebody laughs or somebody questions, somebody is fearful, I have an understanding that it's not their fault. That maybe they have grown up in a family where they have never seen a person with a turban. They have never seen a person who has lifted up his daughter in the middle of a plane, or who has changed the diaper of his son when the son was young. They don't know that part of a man with a turban, and that's okay. Coming to that understanding takes time. Letting go of that fear takes time. Understanding society takes time. But to come to that understanding, you have to remove one thing, and that I did, and I'm proud that I did, and that is doubt. And you have to create something, and that is hope. Remove doubt, create hope. Lit that lamp in your heart that says you can help people, but you have to trust people. Stop doubting people. Give them benefit of doubt. And tell them your story is one of many, and they all are living their own stories too. Individually, in their own corners, they're living their story. Doubting people is wrong. When I look deep inside, what I learned from both of my identities, let's say the identity of a stutterer, I know that there is no easy way out, that you have to be a hard worker. So I started looking, how to come out of stuttering. There was no Google at that time. I started asking people, what do I do? I asked my parents, what do I do? And I got one tip that I want to share with you, and I'm sharing with you with honest thinking that you may be able to share this with somebody else who is a stutterer or who has some other speech impediment that you may want to help them. And the tip is very interesting. And the tip is about power and management of power in your mind.